Your employees need financial education, and you can actually be the one to provide it for them.
The biggest thing that we see is that employees don't understand finances. They don't understand healthcare in a lot of cases. They don't understand retirement planning. And having a really sound program to help educate them is important. Financial education, financial literacy, another word for it. Today, Shannon and I have been filming our YouTube videos out at the Heartland Institute of Financial Education, which is a national nonprofit that teaches financial literacy at the workplace. And so we're very fortunate they allowed us to film here.
Yes, and we always talk about how education is the most important thing. It's good to have a kind of baseline of where you're at, what you're working with, and particularly, we always talk about retirement planning, healthcare and retirement, different types of tax planning, and Heartland kind of covers all these bases as well as a number of other things. Michael, I know that you have worked with Heartland for years. What is it about Heartland that you think kind of sets them apart? What makes them unique? And what kind of drives them to help employees understand what they should be doing?
Well, I think the first thing is the nonprofit side of things. So the fact that they truly are about education. So Alan Gappinger, who's the founder, was a teacher in a prior life, and he really saw this need to be able to do things in an unbiased way. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of been the approach that Heartland has taken. They have instructors throughout the country that teach at the work site. Of course, a lot of those classes are now being done remotely just because of COVID, but they've been very well received. You as an organization can determine what's important to your employees. So kind of from a process standpoint, they tend to do a lunch and learn first and really understand what the concerns are from your employees that attend that. And then from there, they build the curriculum around what's going to be important, which again is very unique from what we see in the industry from other programs.
So on one hand, there's tons of information out there. I mean, the internet gives you the world at your fingertips, right? But the problem with that can kind of be information overload. You don't know who's providing you with the information. Is it a financial institution that has an incentive to sell you one thing or another? It's just hard to know who to trust. So that's why I think the nonprofit aspect is really, really important to a lot of people because, again, it's unbiased information. So you mentioned they take kind of a customized approach, which we're big believers in. I mean, the name of our company is Bespoke. So customized is kind of our middle name. But we really like that they take that approach. What kinds of companies do they generally work with? Are there parameters around size, industry, that type of thing?
Normally it's going to be employers that might have 30 or more employees, I think is kind of although they can do it smaller. There's really no industry. They do this for government. They do it for private businesses. So there's, kind of a wide range of employers that they work with. I think the other thing that sets them apart beyond just the initial kind of determining what's, creating that customized curriculum for an organization is the fact that they also have a financial planning practice. So a lot of the instructors that are part of Heartland are financial planning experts. So you've always got that person that's actually working in this arena, teaching you. The organization works on the basis of not soliciting employees. So again, Heartland's not going to come in and teach a class and then your employees are going to get hounded over the next 3 months from somebody trying to set up a meeting and make a sale to them.
But you still do get the benefit of that kind of boots on the ground experience, so you can be assured that the instructors they know what they're talking about because they're living it every day.
That's right. And so what does happen, though, is that employees are allowed an hour consultation at no cost. Because what we find, we kind of use the analogy of a doctor. When you go to your doctor and they're giving you an exam, if they find something wrong, they traditionally are not going to just say, well, you know what, you'll have to go on the web and figure out how to fix the problem. So that doctor's going to help you. And it's the same thing here. You can have a consultation. If you like the instructor, and you would like to work with them, then there becomes a delineation at that point where that instructor takes off their teaching hat and they put on their advisor hat. And then if you want to work with them, you sign some documentation that says that. But you are never forced to do that, nor are you necessarily encouraged to do that. That's really at your own level. So again, different than what a lot of the models out there that we see for companies that are teaching literacy today.
Right. And another thing we want to point out is that Heartland really does have a kind of, I don't really like to use this word, but really a holistic approach. So they're not only talking about your kind of traditional planning, but they also touch on healthcare, on Social Security, on Medicare, what to expect down the road. We've actually helped them, since we're experts on healthcare, retirement planning. We've helped them there in some ways in the past and will continue to moving forward. And then they also have some college planning programs, right?
That's right. They have a separate program that focuses on college planning where they have individuals who will work with your student in developing a plan of attack for going to college, trying to determine what your majors might be or what you're interested in. And then from there, they'll help work with you, with your student in trying to find dollars for school. So that can be very advantageous to those employees who have children who are looking to go to college, especially with the high cost of college today.
Right. So when we say that they kind of customize it, it all really depends on what your workforce looks like, what your employees need, what kind of information they're looking for, and they kind of tailor the education to your specific group, which is great.
That's right. So if you're interested in learning more, if you look down in the description, we'll put information on Heartland where you can reach out to them. And if you're an HR director or a business owner, you can find out about the programs and how it might fit your organization.
Again, we just always like to encourage education in any way that you can provide it to your employees. We also have a huge library of YouTube videos. So if there's anything that your employees need when it comes to healthcare and retirement, Medicare, long-term care planning, feel free to check out all the other videos on our channel, or if we can help you with something a little bit more customized or put you in touch with Heartland, who can also do that. We're always here to help and do that for you. So we're Shannon and Michael. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you know when we come out with new content. And again, if you want to get in touch with Heartland, they're a great organization. Go ahead and click the link below to do so.
And we'll give a shout out to Heartland, Alan Gappinger, Ryan Gappinger, Dave Bromeyer. Thanks for allowing us to film here this today, and we appreciate all your help.